Hey everyone! Welcome to my October TBR. This month it is Victober. And what Victober means to me is a little bit of a push to read a classic. Even just one. But Victober is, and in particular, a Victorian classic, which is a novel written between a certain time frame and written by a UK author. Victober was started by a group of lovely ladies who love classic literature. If I can find their channels and I'm smart enough, I will link them below. There are reading challenges associated with this, but they are not mandatory, which is good because I don't need a challenge. I have not read a whole lot of classic literature in my life, and I have a couple books here that I do hope to get to and through next month. The first one is North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. And it's funny because for most of my growing up life, I thought this was like a US book and it was about the Civil War. No, it's so not at all about that because I was completely not educated at that point in my life. And this is about the North and South of England instead, and about a lady named Margaret who moves from the South to the industrialized North and all of that goes on. Although I haven't found shorter Victorian novels to be any easier to read than longer ones, I did kind of choose this one more based on its length. It is officially a tome at over 500 pages, but it's just over 500 pages, and I believe it is one of the shortest Victorian novels that I have on my shelf. But it will probably take me the entire month to read this because I will most likely need to read a few other things in between it because I do find Victorian novels to be a bit dense and difficult for my brain. We will see. I also decided to put Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson on this list for Victorian novels as well because, as you can see, this is an old book. I've had this on my shelf for my entire life, I think, and I have not read it. As you can see, look at the little sticker I actually put in there with my name on it when I was could barely even write. So, I think it is time, and I think that the title is self-explanatory. Now, as for non-Victober books, because there's a few other things I would like to read, one of my book clubs is reading Wonder Woman Warbringer, and yes, I did buy this book because my whole family wants to read it, and it's by Leigh Bardugo. I like Leigh Bardugo's writing. I don't love it, but Wonder Woman is, kind of a hot topic right now. So we will see how this goes, and I will try to get to it this month. For some of my reading challenges, for one challenge, I really only have a few more books I need to read. Several of them are in this pile, like my two Victober books are part of it. I also needed an ebook, so I will be reading Exit West. You've seen this on my TBR before, so you know what this is about. And I also need to read a book with a black cover, which is really throwing me for some reason. I pulled out 4 books that have black covers off of my shelf, and I think these are the only ones I've got, so we'll see what I'm in the mood for, but I'll just show them to you. I have Ivory and Bone by Julie Eschbach, which is it's like a prehistoric novel. I think there's elements of Pride and Prejudice in here, although probably not that many from what I'm hearing. But yeah, it's sitting on my shelf and I need to read it, and it definitely has black cover, so that's on the list. I also have this, Point and Shoot by Alison Stone. This is obviously a dance book, which I really enjoy reading books on dance, and I believe it's like a thriller, so that's a possibility. I have this one on my shelf, Alice Takes Back Wonderland by David Hammonds. This I got in a Lit Cube box way back when, and still have not read it, and it is like an Alice in Wonderland retelling or continuation or something of that nature. And I also have Empress of a Thousand Skies by Rhoda Baliza. And this is kind of cheating, but there is a decent amount of black cover on it, so, you know, I'll take it. So I have a bunch of different options. So we'll see what I end up reading this month, and I will talk to you guys all again later. Looking forward to watching everyone else's TBRs. Bye.